couple. So she's gonna have like a kind of fake relationship, if you call it, for lack of a better word. So get ready, by April we'll hear about it. So last one is Marilyn Manson, and I predicted on my Instagram, and I have my... Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. This is where I make tarot predictions. It's not meant to be negative gossip. I am in an Airbnb in Miami. I've just moved here. Really excited to be here. So thank you for watching. And yeah, great to have you all. So this is a weekly update that I do. I do have other videos coming throughout the week. I just wanted to do this because I want to keep it current. And to keep it current, I need to do it every now and then. Well, when it's happening. So the other videos that I have, I did record in Los Angeles. This one I'm recording the day that 3 days before I put it out, as I usually do with the weekly updates. Okay, so first one I wanted to do was Lentz. This is Justin Bieber's pastor. I just had this idea to do it because I feel like something's about to come out about him, and I want to see what it is. You know, I did a video on my Instagram about a year ago. Oh my gosh, exactly almost a year ago. And when he came out that he was cheating and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to see the energies about that. Also wanted to see about Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes. And then the last one, I forgot who I was doing about. Oh yeah, Marilyn Manson. Okay, so I was right about the two predictions. I usually do these if I'm right about the predictions or to clarify a prediction. So for the Camila Cabello and the Shawn, I was right, and this Marilyn Manson. So I've already pre-shuffled some of the cards, and I'm going to tell you what came up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into it. So first, for Lentz with Two of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands. So I feel like he is trying to get out of the dark, and I think around June, next year June, we're going to hear about him, that he's been up to doing some stuff. Five Pentacles, he's been trying to financially restore himself. I get like investments in like crypto and stuff like that. I'm not endorsing it, but I think that's what he's been doing. And with Page of Cups, he kind of feels like helpless a little bit. People are trying to help him, but he's having difficulty being helped. So let's clarify. I want to clarify this Page of Cups. Page of Cups is often referred to as like being you know, being lifted up. I don't know if you can see that, but he's being lifted up and into some kind of pot. So I think he's going to come back and be like, oh, you know, I've changed, I've grown. And you know the thing, okay, so I used to be a yoga teacher for 8 years. I stopped teaching yoga actually almost a year ago. And the thing about fame, like, I wouldn't say that I was famous, but I was pretty well known. And when people look at you like that, and they look at you with like kind of admiration, you have to be a very grounded person to not let it get to you. Thankfully I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm too grounded, like I don't fall into this whole fame whirlwind, but I've seen a lot of people fall into it, and I think he's going to realize that. So I believe in second chances. He does seem sincere. He is a Scorpio, and Scorpios, I believe their life mission is to keep evolving, transforming. So with the Emperor, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and Four of Swords. Wow. So I see some trouble in his home. I did see that his wife is going to leave him. I think she's currently talking to him about divorce, but she's waiting for him to get better. He's in a very dark place right now, and no matter what anybody's done, there's always a chance for revival. I believe that in my heart. If somebody truly wants to grow, forgiveness is offered to everyone. So Ace of Swords, Six of Cups, and Three of Pentacles. She's going to cut ties with him and start, well, they already have a family, but she's going to marry somebody else. Okay, so maybe please comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. Lentz was like famously known as Justin Bieber's pastor, and I think that added a lot of pressure to him too. Like he came across very like it's funny, I used to have a boss in New York who reminded me so much of my boss. He was actually the best boss I've had, that boss in New York, but very similar energy. And he too, you could tell, my boss, you could tell, was like dancing with demons, you know. So I wish him all the best. So I'm moving on now to Shawn and Camila Cabello. I have it written down over here so I don't forget. I had my flight yesterday and like it was a lot, so I'm just trying to still recover. I slept, I think, like 12 hours. I slept a lot. I needed it too. Anyway, so Shawn and Camila Cabello. So I did predict that they'll break up. It has come true. They broke up. With Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I actually, throughout this video, there will be cards about it because I have done an update about them, but I feel like I need to do another one because I sense that there's like tension between them. I haven't been keeping up with the articles or anything like that. Sorry, one of my lights just went out, so hopefully it's not too much of a too annoying. Let me move this one like that. So I did see that they did break up, and I did an update about it before, with Ace of Cups in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I have a strong feeling, and it's normal for Camila to feel like this. How old is Camila? Because people keep saying she's people keep saying her ex Matthew is too old, and I'm like, isn't he doesn't look old, but they're like he's like 40, but I don't think that's true. So guys, please, if you're gonna write comment, please make sure that you get the ages right or stuff like that. Even this is tarot, it's energy based, so to be true to that, I only speak about things like charts and stuff like that if I know that it's ultimately true, but everything else is intuitive based. So if you write down the age and stuff, please make sure that you try to get it accurate. I understand I make mistakes, but please don't come here and like insult people and be like, oh my gosh, that person's like way older than they actually are. So please. So I have a strong feeling that she kind of saw a future with him that didn't pan out. It's almost like her world has been turned upside down. By her, I mean Camila Cabello. So with Queen of Swords, she now is looking to somebody else. I did do one about her love life, and I saw an ex lurking around her. King of Wands, Shawn is completely out of the picture. He's like moving on. I get the feeling that she wants to contact him and be like, you did this to me, you did that to me, to kind of get closure, but he's just so over it. He doesn't even have the time. So let's clarify. King of Wands, King of Wands, King of Wands, King of Wands. I have a strong feeling he's doing a lot better than she is at the moment, and I feel bad for her. I wish her well, because it's not easy to go through something like that, okay, especially publicly. And I've said this before, I've dated 2 celebrities, and like when you see them in public, it's like, and I have thick skin. It's not for the faint-hearted, let me just tell you. When you have to hear, like, one of my exes wrote a song about me, and I had to hear that quite often. It's just, it's a lot, you know. So I have compassion and empathy for her and anybody else going through a situation like that. So with the Justice, the Hermit, and the Devil, okay, so I can feel very strongly that she kind of wants to get back at him. So I wouldn't be surprised if she is seen out in public with some random guy. She's planning to do like a J-Lo, and by do a J-Lo, I mean like J-Lo is, I believe, one of the biggest PR. Her and Kris Jenner, they're really good at shifting things to their perspective. So I feel like she might reach out to a celebrity and be like, you know what, let's take pictures together to take the heat off of how I look right now. So the Lovers and a 6 of Wands, it's going to be like she's going to plan. We won't really know about the relationship, but she's going to say, hey, you know, let's post pictures, and she's going to keep quiet this time. She's not really going to talk about it, but let's be seen in public. Let's go to Nobu, let's go to all these places that we know we're going to be seen, and we'll call paparazzi, just so that we can look like a couple. So she's going to have like a kind of fake relationship, if you call it, for lack of a better word. So get ready, by April we'll hear about it. So last one is Marilyn Manson, and I predicted on my Instagram, and I have my Instagram in the description box. I predicted on my Instagram that Marilyn Manson would be arrested, and he was arrested. Now there's a probe, there's an FBI probe into his I can't say the word on here because my video might get taken down, but he for his alleged A word, so regarding Rachel Evan Woods and a few other women. So I pulled some cards and I got Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Wheel. Okay, so he has somebody working with him who's going to help him out of this. And she's like, it's a woman. It's very strongly a woman. I think it might be his lawyer. I'm really paying attention because, like I said, I don't like to pay too much attention on stories that I cover, so that it doesn't taint the energies. But with 10 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles in reverse, he's going to be able to come out of this. Now, I do believe that, I always say this, there's always a chance for forgiveness no matter what anybody has done. I think we are now in this era where we want people to become so vengeful against people's past. And I'm not agreeing with what he did, but I also don't feel like we should hate people for the rest of their lives, especially if he is cooperating with police. And if he has changed, which I see he is in the process of doing, it's time for us to no longer be so enraged and filled with hate. I feel like a lot of us are just filled with hate and trauma about our own lives, and we put it onto public people because we feel like that. I mean, I was listening to a live the other day and they were talking about what's his name again? Not Trey Songz, Tory Lanez, and Meg the Stallion, the situation. People were getting so heated, and you can clearly tell it was people who had their own issues, needed to deal with their own issues, and were taking it out on the situation. So we all need to take a step back and breathe and just let the process happen. And it seems to me like he is changing. He is changing for certain. And like I said, I mean, I've seen, actually yesterday in my Uber, quick story, yesterday in my Uber I was talking to this guy, and he was like, where'd you come from? I was like, oh, Los Angeles. And we're talking about like Hollywood and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I used to date this guy who was in music, and you know, I was just telling him stories, and then something triggered him. I don't know what about the conversation triggered him, because everything was going fine till then. And then he was like, you know, I don't feel the need to name drop. And I was like, it was a huge part of my life for a long time. I would say about 13-14 years. So I don't need, it's not about needing to name drop, it's what I was involved with, you know. So that's not the purpose. When I mention people's names and like what I've done before and who I know, it's not to make myself seem better. I'm just a regular human being. I like it like that. For trust me, I really do. That's why I haven't mentioned their names of the people that I've dated, because if I've noticed when I did, people changed, and that's not how I wanted to be seen. So I just want to give you that, just that explanation of why I don't name drop, but I do. I was involved with it for many. I mean, I still have some celebrity clients, so it is a huge part of my life, and it's not because I want to seem better than other people. It's just life, really. Okay, so back to this. So I was telling you that story because I forgot. Anyways, I've just seen personally that I've seen people change, that become famous, and I've seen people go through thinking that they're almost like God. And if you think about Marilyn Manson, you know, when he was in his Antichrist days, I've never been a Marilyn Manson fan. He's always, there's something about him that's always irked my soul. And I say that to say, I remember when he had that Antichrist video, and like the cover was just so dark, but you could tell he had this idea. He seemed like he thought he was God, you know. And it gets to people. That's why a lot of things, people are not well, because very few can actually handle being looked at and being like promoted, and you know, especially in Los Angeles, which is one of the main reasons I decided to leave. So let's see. So I see him moving. I get Wisconsin. He might be moving to Wisconsin. He's going to live in like the middle of nowhere. Pull a Kanye West. Live in the middle of nowhere and just be secluded for a while. He's cleansing. I feel like he's cleansing his drug habits, all that kind of stuff. He's had a lot. The moon, 10 of swords, and page of cups. He has some child trauma that he hasn't addressed. Years and years of trauma that really affected him, that he never really spoke about. So with the Fool and 8 of Wands, he's going to come out and write like a book, do some documentaries, but he is cooperating with he's cooperating because he is aware of what he's done, and he's aware that he could have behaved better. He is in the process of changing, and for people like that, I always give a second chance because you can see them growing. I don't think that they have to, his victims, but I myself believe in second chances. So I love you all. Please comment below. Please keep it respectful, especially when we're talking about situations like the last one that I was talking about, because I feel like sometimes we project our own issues onto people when we really don't have a clue, you know. That's why I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, because I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times, and I'll probably be wrong many times more, you know. We don't know everything. We're not supposed to. The purpose of life is to be as humble as possible and to grow. And yeah, so that's what I have for you. I love you all. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Take care.